Welcome to Lockdown Economy, a social nonprofit initiative by think tank AlterContacts to help small businesses and self employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic and reactivate the economy. My name is Julie Jerusalem, and today our guest is Miki Liuson, the founder of HyperGleam. Hello, Miki. How are you?
Hi, Julie. Thank you for having me today. I am great.
Okay, that's good to hear. So let's start. Miki, tell us something about HyperGleam.
So, Hypergleam is actually a cosmetics brand that I started back in July 25. So, it's quite recent. And right now, what we offer is hydrating lip gloss. And currently, we have 9 shades that are permanent, but then every once in a while, we release limited shades that people can get once for one stock only. And we don't restock those shades anymore. So, we give a really wide variety of shades from clear shades to tinted shades to shimmer shades.
So how long have you been doing it, this business?
So I had a soft launch back in May, to have my friends test the formula of the lip gloss and to see their feedback and getting positive feedback from most of my friends or even all of my friends. I decided to push through with launching 2 months later, which was on July 25. And since then, Hypergleam has been running consistently.
That's good to hear. So, Mickey, where are you based? Do you have any employees, and how many clients do you normally have?
Right now, I'm based in San Juan City, Metro Manila, and the team is actually just me. And I do outsource for some of the things like product photography. I got some help for the beginning of the graphic design, and I also got some help with my order process and getting orders. But then, ever since then, I just asked for help in the beginning to help me kickstart everything, but since then, I've been managing everything by myself.
Wow, so you're a one-woman team. What urged you to start Hypergleam then?
So I've actually been into makeup for not a very long time because I was a performer since I was a kid. But then I'd have my mom do my makeup for every time I'd perform on stage. Then as I got older, I had to learn to put on my own makeup because I was alone backstage. No one was there to help me anymore. So that's when I started exploring makeup. And since then, I realized that I really enjoyed putting makeup on myself. And my mom actually is the one who encouraged me to take up makeup artistry
Wow.
last year in July as well. So in July 2019, I went to a makeup school and was able to become certified as a professional makeup artist. Then after that, I took another short course for bridal makeup artistry and I was able to get a certification for that as well. And so since then, I've been practicing putting makeup on myself and on others and delving into the more creative kinds of looks. And so I was able to build a portfolio on my Instagram. So you can check it out at Miki_makes on Instagram. And that's where I post my makeup looks. And since then, I've been really interested in not only putting makeup on, but then also how makeup is produced and manufactured and what goes into the makeup and how I can make my own at home. So at first, I didn't really want to make it into a business. But then when I started researching about lip gloss and how to make it, I realized that I needed to make a lot in order to make my own. So I was like, okay, maybe I can turn this into something to sell. And so that's when I started with my soft launch and tried out, like the branding. And since I saw that it was really successful, I proceeded to move on with actually launching the brand.
Great. So it is actually a business that started because you have to do your own makeup. Amazing. Okay. So can you tell us what are you doing during the lockdown? I mean the business.
With the business right now, I'm still trying to balance ordering the supplies, which takes a while because we source our supplies from abroad, and making the actual lip gloss, the mixing, putting it into the tubes because everything is manual labor. And aside from that, taking orders. But then I believe that right now, the system is the most efficient possible And since I'm doing it alone, I don't find it very tasking
Mm.
because I asked my friend for help to configure this Excel sheet so that whenever someone placed an order, I could just send an automatic confirmation message. And then after that, I just book the orders with a courier and then ship it out. So I make the glosses in big batches so that I can keep a stock,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't have to keep on making the glosses again and again. So I order the supplies and then make it and then send it out. So that's the current like system of the business.
Okay, so what have you tried to stimulate the business and attract customers?
Right now, our main platform is Instagram, but
Mm-hmm.
then whatever I post on Instagram, I make sure to post it also on the Facebook page. But for Instagram, I find it more engaging because there's also the stories feature that you can ask people to engage with the story. So
Yes.
sometimes I post questions or polls that people can answer, and that's how I'm able to really reach out to the customers because through that also they ask questions about the brand, the formula, and they also send in their own reviews of what they think about the product. And I think that um, lots of people have also mentioned that customer service of Hypergleam is one of the strengths. So I just plan to push through with that because a lot of people are encouraged through the customer service.
Wow. So you use mostly online marketing, is that so?
Yeah, that's right. Because right now in lockdown, there's not
Yeah.
really any option. So I'm just trying to make the most out of the online platform. Also because it's something that's being used right now for all businesses. So I think that is very important to develop.
I agree. Online platform is the most feasible one right now. So, in general, how is your business doing?
Um, so the business is actually doing okay. Like we get around 100 to 150 customers a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it's okay based on my pace right now because also I'm not able to get a lot of supplies at the same time because of the budget and how the business is still growing slowly. But then I think that because of that, I can focus more on building, like I said, the Instagram and focus on what kind of content there is because I make sure with the post that each post that is up there has a purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and I market the formula and the captions and really tell people show people how the customers have experienced our product through the reviews, and just sharing what Hypergleam has done for the benefit of the lips.
Wow. So, are there any like problems you've encountered during the lockdown while managing the business?
During the lockdown, there were some occasions that we had a hard time shipping
Mm-hmm.
because there are some areas that the people cannot reach because of GCQ or ECQ.
ECQ.
And I think that, yeah, a lot of couriers were not able to ship to some areas because we wanted to ship nationwide. And there were some provinces or cities that they couldn't reach because of that. And another complication was waiting for supplies because I think there's a delay also with the delivery of the supplies, which was kind of discouraging for me because there would be periods of time that I would not have any stock and people would be asking, when are you gonna restock? Is this available? And I'd have to say no because it's really not available at the moment.
Yes.
So hopefully now, like I'm trying to adjust already to um the lockdown, and I think things are getting better as well. Like everyone else is also adapting.
Okay. So, Miki, do you know how your customers and your competition are doing?
A lot of people have actually mentioned that Hypergleam is underrated and that it deserves more hype per se. And honestly, I don't really know how I can get out there because I've been doing my best to really be exposed and to reach out to influencers.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's been kind of like a slow but steady growth. So I'm just looking for other ways that Hypergleam can be more exposed to people. But then I think the rate is just right because of the stock that I'm able to have. If there are too many customers, also it might become unstable because I might get out of stock for too long and then not have any supplies, like I mentioned earlier. And I actually started Hypergleam because I noticed that there were not a lot of lip gloss brands in the market at that time. But then, as the months passed, a lot of people were becoming so fast in launching their own businesses, that Hypergleam was not unique anymore in a way that there's so many lip gloss brands to choose from. But then I believe that I've managed to stand out in the way that Hypergleam is not only for makeup or glam, but then it's also for lip care. And a lot of people have testified about this, that it has really helped their lips, even healed the chapped lips and kept it moisturized overnight and during the day. So that's what I'm focusing on to stand out, is that the product is really beneficial to the lips. So even those who don't like makeup, or who don't really like to glam up, they can use the product also.
Okay, lip care. That's what makes Hypergleam unique. Good to hear. So, what is the outlook on the coming few months?
In the coming months, actually, I have a lot in store because I'm going to release new shades for Christmas, which will be limited edition. And then aside from that, we have two other variations of the lip hydrating lip gloss that are coming out. So we're just preparing for that. And I believe it's going to be really big because there were actually requests from others. And so I'm just really excited because I believe there won't be any idle time for the brand, and I just have a lot of ideas that I want to get out there. So it's really exciting.
Wow. I'm also excited to see what are you going to launch because Christmas, is it going to be really like a Yuletide season kind of vibes?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so I look forward to that. So next, can you tell us about your support to artists?
Okay, so actually, I mentioned in one of Hypergleam's posts what Hypergleam stands for. So first, of course, we said Hypergleam stands for sanitization because
Mhm.
especially during this time, people need to be careful because the virus is still around there. And so we're really careful about how we produce the glosses and how we send them out, that everything is sanitized. And then second is cruelty-free procedures. So this is something that doesn't really apply now because as a small brand we can't really test on anything because we don't really have products also that need testing. But then I wanted to put it out there just in case Hypergleam gets bigger, we will never test on animals. So that's something that I just wanted to say because there are a lot of big brands that actually test on animals. That's surprising. And lastly is Hypergleam supports Philippine creatives. So that is something that I was able to do intentionally because I've been able to collaborate with artists and really get their work out there through Hypergleam's platform. And so there, if you look through the Instagram, there are some artworks that we have posted by small artists that we collaborated with because they made art based on like Hypergleam and like how we make our product and how they see the brand. And it's something that is great to expose smaller artists because I believe that something that's really underrated in the Philippine culture is our artists. And I want to show that um, people need to know how to value art and um, give their appreciation for all of the artists that we have. So yeah.
Okay. So, last question, Miki. This is something that I would like to hear from you. So, how do you deal with the question that goes, why use a lip product when you're always wearing a mask?
Okay, so that's actually something that I thought of when I first launched because I thought that people wouldn't really buy a lip product because, yeah, that's true. Everyone's wearing a mask nowadays. But at the same time, since people are encouraged to stay at home, people have been dressing up in their homes, and they have been wanting to post online of, like, different makeup looks or outfits, and that's how our glosses we have seen our glosses being used. So influencers are still posting, they're still doing makeup looks. So I think that despite everyone wearing a mask, since it's even discouraged to go out, most people are staying at home and able to use our product. And it's also for lip care. So of course, not only for showing off, but then for caring for your own lips.
Okay, an entrepreneur who knows her customer well, and a brand that supports artists and prioritizes lip care. This is Hypergleam. Thank you, Mickey. So,
Thank you so much, Vicky.
yeah, so thank you to everyone who joined us today. Feel free to contact Miki using the links in the description box. And I invite you to like this video, comment what you think about our discussion, and subscribe to our channel. In the coming weeks, we are going to share more insights with you, so stay tuned. My name is Julie Jerusalem, and this is a Lockdown Economy.